Hi, Eric Gibaud, Gibaud.com. Today I am in one of the offices of Digiphoto in Metz in France, and thanks to them, I'm going to be able to present the Nikon Z50 Mark II. So I'm going to give you all my impressions. So let's start. As always, when I come to France to test cameras, I don't have the time to record the full video, so I record the introduction, then presenting the product, then giving the specs, and then once I am back in Tenerife, I analyze all the pictures or video I've made with it, and then I give my conclusion. So at the end of the video, you will see me with a different place, different lighting, different everything, probably different clothes. So let's speak about the specs. It is an APS-C camera, also known as DX with Nikon. The sensor is 20.9 million pixels. It can do video up to 4K 60p, but at 60p you have a crop, okay? On 4K 30, no crop. The ISO goes from 100 ISO up to 51,200 ISO. Monitor, really important. This monitor, you actually flip it this way, okay? I say it because the Z50, the one they had before, it was flipping downward, okay, and it was not a problem for me, but for many people it was not really a nice thing. So Nikon actually listened to the customer and rectified changing the monitor. It works the way it works. You have a viewfinder here, and what else? I don't forget anything. Yeah, it is actually really thought for vlogging and content creators. So you have a microphone connector, you have a jack for that, but also for headphones, so it's complete for that. Here I am in Strasbourg in France, and I'm trying the vlogging style, as we say. And handheld, the sound is directly from the camera. I don't know how it comes out. I'll check when I edit the video. Okay, so that's it. And it does vlogging and also thinking for streaming also. The memory card is SD UHS2. Yeah, I'm reading my note, you see it, no? Okay. And if we speak photography side, the shutter goes up to 1/4,000th of a second, mechanical shutter, which is really usual on this kind of camera and price. And the autofocus is phase detection, which is good. And connectivity, you have USB-C, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and a mini HDMI. I know that some people that prefer to have the full HDMI when they're going to record video, but for that size, that price, that level of camera, this is the usual connector you will find. Okay, so no problem with that. Speaking about the size, 127mm long, 96.8 high, 66.5 thick, and the weight is 550 grams with battery and memory card. Honestly, I don't find it that light, but it's not heavy, okay? But I don't find it this small either. If people think this is great camera for vlogging and walking around all this, it will fit in their pocket, it will not. But still, it's not a big camera, okay? I like the way you hold it in your hand. The grip is really nice. And I think, yeah, overall is a typical Nikon look or Nikon look, and looks great. Yeah, so now let's do some close-up of the product so you have a better idea. So let's look at the camera. First thing I notice is here you have two function buttons that are here. If your fingers are really thick, maybe it doesn't fit, I don't know. For me it's not a problem, but maybe for you, I don't know. Here you have a switch on, here you have a separate button for start recording. I like this. Here you have a switch, you can have photo mode or video mode. Here you have the mode wheel. It's not hard, but there's no lock on it, so maybe some people will complain about that. If you look on this side, here you have the connectivity, as I said before, behind doors, okay, there. And here you don't have any joystick. For me, it's not a problem, but some people do want a joystick. They don't like to have pads. Well, for me, no problem. And here, I like even if you want to use the back focus button for focusing, it's well placed, okay? Here you have the battery compartment, and also the SD card goes here. I think in hand, it's really a nice camera that works really nice. It's not too big, not too small. Yeah, I think it's nice. I forgot to say the flash here, okay? And by the way, if you wanted to help me, I can help you too. I've activated the member area of my YouTube channel. There I don't speak about gear, just about tips, photography, tuition, making of all this. So there's a join button just below, so you can become a member and access the exclusive videos. Also leave your affiliate links in the description. Don't forget, if you buy from K&F Concept or Lumina or Neo, if you use the code ERIC10, you get a 10% discount. Thank you so much, that really helps me. Let's carry on. Well, I'm back to Tenerife, so let's speak about my conclusion. First of all, thank you so much to Fernando for coming with me to Strasbourg, where I actually tested this camera and also the Fujifilm X-M5. So I'm going to give you a few more specs I forgot to speak about and my conclusion. First thing I forgot to speak about is the autofocus. I said it was phase detection, but actually more advanced than that. It's actually really similar to the Z8 and Z9 autofocus with 3D detection, all this. So this is a great autofocus. Then you have the pre-shot. It means when you half press the shutter button, it will start making pictures, and when you fully press, it will make the definitive shot, I would say. So this way, in action photography, you get the picture before the definitive pictures, so that's good to capture really at the right moment. This feature normally appears on higher level cameras, so it's really good that it's here. Something else, the Nikon picture system, which is there's actually an extra button there next to the recording button, video record button, and you can access what we call recipes, what Fujifilm calls recipes, or Lumix calls LUTs. So yes, these features are present on this camera. I think this is really good for people who are content creators and they want that kind of feature that helps them, gives directly a look to the content. So now I'm going to tell you my conclusion, my opinion about the camera, the pros and the cons. Another point, the sensor is 8 years old. This is a sensor they've been using for many years on different cameras. It's the same as the Z50, so that do make some limitation on, especially on video more than on photography. So for me, it's really difficult to speak about this camera. On one hand, I think it's a great camera, and on the other hand, I think there's a big problem with Nikon. So we're going to speak first about the pros and cons. The features, they're great, good. The grip, I love the grip, really nice in your hand, all this, but on the other hand, that makes it a larger camera. If you look at the competitors like the Fujifilm XM5, sorry, and the Sony ZV10 Mark II, it's bigger, but it's not just because of the viewfinder, it's bigger, okay? If we look at image quality, that's fine, good. It's good, the viewfinder is welcome for people who like a viewfinder. Is it completely mandatory if you do content creation? Depends on you, more than on me. So yeah, the viewfinder is good. The processor is great, it's the same as the Z8 and Z9, so good point. There is some improvement on video. There is still some rolling shutter, okay, but now you have the log that you can shoot flat, I should say. And then you can put the LUT by red, because Nikon bought the red, so that's a good point. And also something you normally don't find on this kind of camera for this price, you have waveforms, so for people who record video, they probably will like it. Cons, well, I'll say the size for the target they have, it doesn't fit in your pocket. Well, the XM5 doesn't fit either in this one, but yes, in my jacket pocket it does fit. So it's a bit big, it's a bit heavy, 550 grams. I think compared to competitors is a bit heavy. The sensor, I said, there is no IBIS. Yeah. Other competitors like the XM5 doesn't have any IBIS, but there's electronic stabilization, and this one also. So they're on, they're on pair with that. Okay. But for me, the biggest problem of this camera, that is a good camera, is something else. It's not the camera. It's the promises Nikon made a few years ago and they did not respond to, okay? It's regarding lenses. When I presented the Z50, I thought it was a great camera, like a little small Z6. And this one, I could say this is a small Z6 Mark III also, or a small Z8 or small Z9, as you want to say. But there is a problem with the lenses. Nikon promises some APS-C lenses at that time, and they've created some. They have the 24mm 1.7, which is the most luminous lens they have on APS-C format. They have the 12 to 28, 3.5, 5.6, the 50 to 250, 4.5, 6.3, the 18 to 140, 3.5, 6.3, and the 16 to 50mm, that's one I use, that is 3.5 and 6.3. Where are the 2.8 zoom for DX format? Where are the prime lenses 1.4 or 1.8? Just this 24mm 1.7, and that's a massive problem. Why is it a massive problem? First, because APS-C bodies by Nikon are not stabilized, so they put stabilization in the lens. If you want a luminous lens or a better built lens, you have to go for full frame. But with Nikon, the full frame bodies are stabilized, not the lenses. So it means if you take a lens like a 50mm 1.4, for example, you place it on this camera, then it's not stabilized. You don't have the stabilized combo. So that's for me a problem, because actually Nikon now looks at the APS-C line as a beginner line or intermediate level line, not for advanced user. Some people will tell me, yes, Eric, but you can get a Sigma lens, a 56mm 1.4, for example, or you can get a Viltrox, or you can get TT Artisan or 7 Artisan, and that's right. But if I choose a lens, it's because I choose it, not because I don't have any other options. And there are many people who have this, they want to have the same brand on their lens and on their camera body. So Nikon should have created lenses with 2.8 zoom and 1.4 or 1.8 lenses, and they have not. And you realize that for Nikon, APS-C format now is not for pro anymore. There are so many people who've made great work. They were working professional. They were working with D500, D300S, D7500 or 7200. They were working with that. And now, what are they doing? They are obliged to go full frame. And that's not fair. Some people, they have great line of lenses, DX lenses for reflex. They can use it with the adapter on this camera, but if they use it on a full frame camera, it's not good anymore because it will crop. It will crop to APS-C, so it will lose resolution. So I think Nikon is not doing their job. They've created a great camera, little camera, nice camera. That's nice. For me, it's too big for vlogging, but still, I think it's a great little camera. That's fine. But if you look at the lens line, that's a big problem. And I'm so disappointed by Nikon who didn't keep up with their promises. And this is what I criticize. So some people will think I'm a Nikon nagger, I'm against Nikon. No, there's nothing to do with that. I think Nikon makes great cameras. This one is a great little camera. Could be better, but still, it's a great little camera. But what's about the lenses? We ask for lenses. I want to see DX lenses with Z mounts by Nikon, not to have to go for third party always. And I want to see stabilized lenses with 1.4, 1.8, zoom with 2.8. I want to see that. And I think they're not fair, they're not honest with their APS-C clients. Because if you buy a couple of these lenses I just told, and then in a year time you feel like you want something more luminous, and you get a full frame lens, then you're not stabilized. So you will end up losing your money. You will end up or going full frame and will not use these 2 or 3 lenses you've bought in APS-C format Z mount, okay? Or you will use them on you will want to use them on a full frame and it will crop. So you've wasted some money and you will not use this body anymore. So that's not fair. Nikon, APS-C is a great format, and you have many clients happy with APS-C. You must give them the real high quality lenses DX format you had in reflex, and we don't see them here. So that's my main complaint. So is this camera recommendable? Yeah, of course it is. It is a great little camera, but I've just said the big problem for me with Nikon APS-C. So thank you so much Digiphoto for lending me the camera. Thank you to you for watching the video. If you feel it may interest other people, please share it on social networks. If you have not done it yet, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. The small button down here is a small bell. If you click on the bell, we'll get notified when I upload a new video. Don't forget, I've activated the member area of my YouTube channel. There I don't speak about gear, just speak about photography, tips, tuition, all this. There's a join button just below to become a member and access the exclusive videos. Also leave you affiliated links in description. Please use them. If you click on K&F Concept website or Luminar Neo, then use my code ERIC10 and get 10% discount. Thank you so much for using them. That really helps me. Also leave you my PayPal account in case you wanted to make a donation. Thank you very much. Please take care of yourself and see you soon. Bye. you.